Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host.
Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're going to be talking about the monarch butterfly and how cool it is. Dr. Ric Bessin joins us with the University of Kentucky. He's extension entomologist there. Good morning.
Good morning, Joanna.
Well, you've brought a butterfly and some larvae, and we're going to talk all about how cool.
Yeah, I mean, the monarch butterfly is one of the iconic insects that we have in the United States. It's really cool. They do a lot of really interesting things, and we're still trying to figure out how they do what they do. I mean, some of the things they do in terms of navigation and things like that are so interesting.
What makes it different from other butterflies?
Well, you know, the migratory aspects. And so the monarchs, and I brought one here in this cage, and if you take a look at this monarch, what amazes me is this monarch is on a 1,000+ mile journey right now. It has 1,000 miles to go before winter. It's going to fly down to central Mexico. It's going to find these locations up in the pine forests, up at about 3,500 meters, so it's way up there. And there's these little spots that are only about an acre in size, and it's going to go there, and that's where it's going to overwinter. So by October, the monarchs will start arriving there. They will stay there until early March, and then they start their return flight back to the United States. But they do this without a compass, you know, and they can find these locations. They gather on the trees. I'm just going to show you, a few years ago, we took some students down there, and I have a picture. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the monarchs gather on these trees by the millions. I mean, they may be 3-4 inches deep on some of these trees, and that's where they spend the winter. During the warm days, they go up, they fly down, they get water from the streams, and they go back on those trees. And then in early March, these monarchs that are gathered on these few acres of trees come back to the United States. It really amazes me when you think of the monarchs from a whole continent just gathering on trees in a few acres.
It is kind of amazing.
Yeah,
But you brought along some larvae. So we have in Kentucky the butterfly, the larvae. What's the life cycle?
Well, you know, so the monarchs, when they come back from the south, they lay their eggs and they develop on milkweed plants. And we have several different species of milkweeds, and the larvae do quite well on that. They don't eat anything else. They have to feed on the milkweed. What I have here is just the honey vine milkweed. You know, it's a very common one we have here in Kentucky. That's what the larvae are going to eat. Now, milkweed is a poisonous plant, and the monarchs will actually store those toxins in their body. And that helps them to be protected from predators out there. And that's one reason why we say the monarch butterfly, orange and black, is protected from predators, and it has what we call warning coloration on it. You know, in nature, when animals are red and black, yellow and black, orange and black, we say that's warning coloration to alert predators, hey, don't eat me, I'm poisonous, or I can hurt you, something like that.
It's just miraculous how all of that is intertwined together and that they travel so far.
Yeah, and it's really interesting in Mexico that they've really used this as a tourist attraction, some of these areas. And so the locals are actually able to make some money with that, and they're much more inclined to conserve these areas for the monarch butterfly because it is an economic engine form in some of these rural areas.
And you know, a lot of times when we think about butterflies, we think about pollinators and them being beneficial insects. And that would still be the case with these, right?
Correct. They're beneficial insects. You know, so many people are thinking about creating habitat to raise butterflies, the monarch way stations. And it's one of those iconic insects that when we see them, we feel good about it.
Yeah, and we even have people, I know some of our native nurseries here carrying milkweed so people can plant and hopefully attract some to their very own area.
Yeah, one of the important things is just to be careful with pesticide use around these monarch way stations. That insecticides and monarchs often don't get along well together.
All right, well, do we have publications about the monarch butterfly?
We do not have one at Kentucky, but
Okay.
there's a number of other states that have some very good publications.
All right. Well, Rick, thanks for bringing the information to us. Butterflies, butterfly larvae. If you have questions, make sure to contact your local extension office, and we'd be happy to help you get more information about species, habitat, and those type of things. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.